Good day for us at the park. Thought Connor Shamblin and Will Freeman were just outstanding. Just pounded the strike zone. 9 innings, no walks. Both of them commanded their fastball to both sides and threw the secondary stuff for a strike and just really set the tone for us. And a lot of hard contact up and down the lineup. Fortunately, Troy helped us some, defensively, but I think 8 of our 9 starters had at least one hit today. So, not perfect. We need to continue to get better, but really glad to get a good win over a good Troy club and to be 8-1 and, excited to get on the road this weekend.
Would you say that this was one of your best overall team performances of the year? Because it seemed like you guys were clicking on all cylinders, both on the mound and in the batter's box.
I think if you like offense, we doesn't seem like we've had many games where we've had double-digit hits. So, as a coach, I really felt like after the third inning, we really gave a bunch of at-bats away in the middle of the game. And, we still got to get better defensively and not make outs on the bases. But I think if you look at the offensive production and, what Freeman and Shamlin did on the mound today, then I think, you have to be pleased with it. Absolutely.
Is it safe to assume that TJ's hamstring is in a pretty good place based on where he was in the lineup and how he played today?
Yeah, TJ's hamstring is, the last game when we pulled him out, he said he felt it, so we pulled him out real quick, and then 2 minutes later he's like, "No, I'm okay." And at that point we'd already put somebody in the game, so and he wanted to play the second game, and I'm like, well, I'm not jacked about putting him in there after sitting down for 40 minutes. So I'm cautiously optimistic that we're past that. I would certainly hope that he's, good to go consistently. He needs to play and needs to be a threat for us.
On the injury front, Connor Prelip, do you know what his status for the weekend is yet?
Connor will not pitch this weekend. Don't really have an update except still think it's a short-term deal, but he won't pitch this weekend.
Is it safe to assume that Ross will be starting Friday in his place, or will that be changed?
Yes, Tyler Ross is going to pitch on Friday. We're going to move Dylan Smith up to Saturday. Dylan's just been a little more efficient than Antoine and pitching deeper into the games. And since they both threw on Saturday, I thought it was an easy time to do that. So Dylan will start on Saturday and Antoine will start on Sunday. So excited to see those 3 guys out there. Obviously, Rossi was, noticeably better last time out, and Dylan was great, and Antoine made some strides. So, I would expect, just like the hitters, that those pitchers, that they'll get better every time out.
How do you explain the power you're getting out of your lineup early? 3 homers, 3 doubles today. The homer numbers through the season are pretty impressive too. How do you explain where you are at this point in the season, and do you anticipate that getting better over time?
Well, it's a little better than I anticipated at this point, but that's a big emphasis in recruiting. I think nowadays you have to recruit guys that can impact the baseball, and obviously there's a lot of other variables and components, but our home run numbers are a little higher than I would have thought. I thought the park was playing really abnormally offensive today, especially for a day in March. But there's when you have multiple guys in lineup that can get extra base hits, that really stresses the pitcher. If we can continue to do that somewhat at the pace that we are, and maybe do a little bit better job with a short game and a little more action, then, I think we got a chance to have something, but we need to get better in those other areas.